नित्यानन्देश्वरवरमशिवसमारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि पराशक्तिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respect and blessings. Understand, Kailasa is basically enlightened civilization, where everything happens based on the ultimate cosmic principle and ultimate possibilities and powerfulness. You want to know about the universe? Just they'll show you the universe and teach you. You want to know about the cosmos? They'll just show you the cosmos and teach you. Simple, straightforward. Understand, separation of microscopic, telescopic reality is delusion. Struggling to get out of that delusion is ignorance. Realizing delusion need not be fought is knowledge. Waking up is enlightenment. Microscopic and telescopic. I'll repeat. Listen. Innermost of the innermost and outermost of the outermost are never separated. Macrocosm and microcosm, or I should say microcosm and macrocosm, are never separated. Reviving the enlightened civilization is the vision of Kailasa, purpose of my advent. Paramashiva assuming this body and manifesting. Thousands and thousands of things I can explain. Understand? In Sanatana Hindu Dharma, we had at least 10,000 sampradayas, religious, spiritual traditions, keeping this enlightenment science alive. Understand? Each Hindu sampradaya is a spiritual ecosystem created for keeping enlightenment science alive. Every monastery, every adinam, every mutt, every temple, every Vedapata Shala, every Sarvanya Pita is a lineage, sampradaya created to keep the ecosystem of spiritual enlightenment alive. Some may be Shakta, some may be Yoga, some may be Vedanta, some may be Tantra, some may be Shakta Vedanta, some may be Shaiva Tantra, some may be Yoga Vedanta, some may be Yoga Shaiva, some may be Vaidika Shaiva. All kinds of permutation combination. Understand? Each temple, each mutt, each monastery, each adinam, each Vedapata Shala, each sannyasa sampradaya is a spiritual ecosystem created to keep the enlightenment science alive of that sampradaya. When menstruating women below the age of 50, enter into Shabarimala temple, Ayyappa does not lose anything. Understand? Just few kilometers away from Shabarimala temple, Achangodu, Aryangavu, Achangovil, Aryangavu, all those Ayyappa temples, Shasta temples, allow women where Shasta is sitting with Purana and Pushkala. Hinduism or Ayyappa are not against women. But this Shabarimala temple is dedicated, it is a spiritual ecosystem to keep one science of enlightenment alive. See, for every enlightenment science to be alive, certain spiritual ecosystem need to be created, the spiritual magnetic mechanism need to be developed. Hindu temples are not just worship altars or religious congregation place or just memorial for certain legendary person or incident. Listen, Hindu temples are residence of God. That is why in Chidambaram, Nataraja is one of the Dikshita. In Srirangam, Ranganatha is one of the bhattars who are doing the puja. Understand, temples are residence of God in Hindu tradition. In reality, not just Hindu tradition, in reality, when two women below the 50 years enter Shabarimala temple, it's not, I will not say enter, invasion. When they invade Shabarimala temple, who are not even devotees, by the way, you need to know, they enter Shabarimala temple. Ayyappa has not lost anything, but Hindus lost one of the powerful enlightenment ecosystem. I don't even want to say lost because I don't want to lose it. Somehow I wanted it to be revived and maintained and kept alive. I think this is a repairable damage. It's not that this damage is irreparable, but if we decide to protect it and not allow women between 10 and 50 again, the ecosystem is so powerful, 1 or 2 damages it can withstand. It can just heal itself and get back. But I don't know whether we are all going to stand up and protect. Anyhow, each temple is one sampradaya. Understand, there was a time Hinduism had 56 nations, 200 states, 1700 provinces, and 10,000 sampradayas. Almost 95% of the population of those days was Hindus. I should say 100%, that 5% is just dropout, social dropout. Other than that, 95% were Hindus. Slowly, that brutal terrorist invading, life negative gangs enter, destroy, rob, plunder the temple, destroy the spiritual ecosystem, the enlightenment ecosystems, slowly, or I should say really fast. It is not even slowly, the word has no meaning, really fast. Just in last 1,000 years, we did not have a single nation, we did not have a single state, we did not have a single province practicing Hinduism as a state religion legitimately. And in 10,000 sampradayas, without any doubt, I'll say, only 200 are left alive. struggling to be alive. Three unique things of Hinduism: ability to make the divine land and get rooted on the deity, Pranapratishta, and incarnations landing, the ecosystem where the incarnations land, the enlightenment spiritual ecosystem where incarnations happen. Third, devotion to feminine consciousness, Devi worship. These three are unique to Hindu tradition. Understand? Before Hindus could recognize, I have created a very powerful enlightenment ecosystem. Everywhere, the spiritual awakening is happening, enlightenment is happening. People are manifesting enlightenment, manifesting powers, everything. You should know, I don't know how many of you know, in social media we have started compiling all the views, good, bad, all the videos. It is crossing billion views. Billion, understand, not million, billion. God. Billion views. It's crossing. I am only 42-year-old. Actually, I am a village boy. The song we played before the darshan started. Hara Hara Shiva Shiva, Hara Hara Shiva Shiva, yeah. Like this, I will have one stick on my shoulder and have my kamandalu and go from village to village and singing and begging, and I ate and slept under the trees. Actually, that is the way I remember me even now. When I close my eyes, I don't remember me sitting in a golden throne. And when I close my eyes, I only remember the boy, village boy with a stick on his shoulder and a kamandalu. Hara Hara Shiva Shiva, Hara Hara Shiva Shiva, yeah. Singing and walking in remote villages of India. And if some old lady stops and gives food, eat and sleep outside the verandas of some village house or under the tree. Every village will have a graveyard or a common banyan tree under which the elders sit and speak till they rest in graveyard. Either under that banyan tree or that graveyard, I'll lie down in the night and again next day morning walk, take bath in the local rivers and local ponds and visit some temples, and that is the way I went round. I lived. Mere 42-year-old village boy, billion views. Why? Understand? Kailasa is reviving the enlightenment ecosystem. Fortunately, many of the sampradayas lost. Those scriptures are available, some in the form of books still, many others are in the Akashic records. That is why I am evolving hundreds of people to have a direct access to Akashic records and start downloading and penning them down so that all those sampradayas can be revived. The Kailasa will be the place where almost million power manifestors are living and running. At least 10 million temples and monasteries, which are spiritual embassies of Paramashiva, and reviving this power manifestation, enlightenment power manifesting civilization. Understand? Really, it is going to happen. It's happening. It's happening. You are all pioneers. You are all pioneers of this great revival of enlightened civilization. Kailasa is a place where everything related to superconsciousness is revived. All the sampradaya, all the spiritual ecosystems created for enlightenment will be revived. And established in such a way it never gets lost again. There forever serving the humanity. I really wanted all of you to be part, and I am so happy all of you heard my clarion call, and you are all here to experience Paramashivoham, reviving literally everything. Sanatana Hindu Dharma has given to the world, Paramashiva has given to the world, all the 10,000 enlightenment ecosystems, spiritual ecosystems for enlightenment. All the 10,000 sampradayas are created for keeping the enlightenment ecosystem alive and power manifestation, science alive and flourish. It will be almost like Harry Potter school. The only difference is here the enlightened power manifestors. So there will not be any negativity, conflict, anger, jealousy, competition. No. The enlightenment ecosystem. Understand? Adi Kailash, every monastery I have created, temple I have created, is the ecosystem for keeping the enlightenment science alive and flourish, which can make automatically people enlighten. It's like enlightenment automatic machineries. Anybody comes in, they just get introduced, inspired, excited, energized, and made to power manifestors, enlightened, and start radiating, and they start spreading. Understand? Enlightenment becomes the source for energy and excitement. A person who can make enlightenment as a source for energy and excitement for anyone is an incarnation. Fortunately, we are successful in making enlightenment as the source for energy and excitement to millions of people all over the world. This whole Kailasa is the revival of the enlightened civilization. Thousands and thousands of temples we are going to build, and we are building, and millions and millions of sannyasis we are going to create. Tons and tons of superconscious beings we are going to keep alive. The integrity and intensity with which we are going to raise the frequency of the universal consciousness and manifest enlightenment and powers for the people, you guys will literally see the revival of Kailas. The way you all will manifest enlightenment and power, the way the temples and monasteries will be created and people will be manifesting. Whenever I wanted to speak about Kailash, I only feel like let's do the work, because it is so huge. Only after we demonstrate, people will even able to grasp. Forget about believing. You guys will be able to grasp, even grasp only after I demonstrate, not before that. So let's do it. With this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhatvaida Saivam, Paramashivoham, the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you. Be blissful.